An economic powerhouse for the province, tourism brings in billions of dollars a year, and it has taken a major hit this summer. We're in Niagara, which is the top tourist destination, not just in Ontario, but in all of Canada. And while the region has now moved to stage 3, there is still a long way to go before returning to normal. A tale of two countries depicted here. In Niagara, the American Maid of the Mist boat carries more than 200 people on an adventure into the falls, while the equivalent Canadian boat, the Hornblower, has limited capacity to just 6 passengers plus 4 crew.
Seeing our competitor across the way operating at probably a 30 or 50% capacity, it's disappointing. We would love to be there.
It is one of the many sacrifices the tourism industry in Ontario has made to fight COVID-19. The general manager of the Hornblower says safety is their top priority. Stage 3, they can increase capacity to 100 passengers per ride, still far from their full 700 passenger capacity.
It's quite a big difference. You know what? It's going to be a really tough, really skinny year.
They want to ensure their employees still have jobs, but they're not generating any revenue. A challenge for almost every business in the region since March.
It's been very quiet. It was almost like a ghost town.
40% of visitors to Niagara were coming from outside of Canada, and they contributed to 70% of the region's $1.2 billion annual revenue. With strict safety precautions in place,
you'll see the horseshoe falls.
The area's biggest attractions are gradually seeing more activity as the province reopens.
This year we're relying purely on the domestic market.
A spike in domestic travel as Canadians rediscover Ontario. Local wineries in the region initially survived thanks to online sales and are now seeing an uptick in local tourists.
There's a lot less Americans, but a lot more people from Ontario.
13th Street Winery has reopened their patio, wine store, bakery, and an art gallery for the public. They are slowly seeing returns.
And it's still not where we'd like it to be, where we hope to be. But still, we're thankful. It could have been a whole lot worse.
Breweries in the region far from breaking even. Even in stage 3, large events and festivals that would typically bring in thousands of people are still canceled.
Definitely hasn't been the summer that we were expecting.
Toronto's tourism industry has also taken a major hit. Typically, on average, brings $6.7 billion to the city annually.
It's a huge engine for the economy, and right now that engine is effectively turned off.
Ontario's Minister of Tourism, Lisa MacLeod, says the government is doing everything it can to support affected businesses. They've also announced plans to reopen Ontario Place with strict safety guidelines in place. For City News, I'm Tina Yazdani.